I'm the former Director of Forestry for Josephine County. I was employed there for a little over 33 years. The county forest land on the 30,000 acres we managed had roughly 120 million board feet of timber on it. And we went from that 120 million board feet, we liquidated that over that period of time, but we also grew another 160 million board feet. And that's still there today. There's a lot of money being spent in trying to control or at least modify the environment to where fire won't become a raging inferno when it runs through our region. And that seems to be what's happening over the last 15 years. When we get fires, they have a great potential to become project fires, causing us to spend millions and millions of dollars in fighting them. And when it's all finished, we've got a lot of CO2 in our environment, lungs filled with smoke, and no trees, and no wildlife in those regions. So they essentially have been converted down to, just what a clear cut would look like, and it has to start over. So we're spending a lot of money, but I think we're just spinning our wheels doing that. We could better manage our forest if we did it like the county forestry does it, manage it with being a good steward. But certainly to manage trees, you have to cut trees. And when you do this, I think that you can increase your yields, your timber yields. You can bring back a lot of the economy that once was here in the forms of woods jobs that paid good family wages, and I'm pretty sure they'd go back to being that. One of the things that has to change, though, before even that can happen is our housing market has to come back. We have to have a market for the product. But in the meantime, maybe instead of burning it all up, we ought to be managing it for growth so that we've got something when our markets do come back that we can put our industry back together again. We've shown that from a professional science standpoint, we can do much better than nature can do on its own. An example would be the Biscuit Fire. There was a fire that took out 500,000 acres, and with it, except for a few islands of green trees here and there that the fire missed, it's all dead. And now it's set up a situation that in the next 5 to 10 years, with all the new brush that's coming up in all of those dead trees, to set up another fire. And for some of you that are listening to this broadcast, you were here for that fire and you recognize the potential it had to take out Illinois Valley, the potential it had to take out the Gulf District, for the potential it had to take out a lot of the coastal cities, because it was all the way over there, burned clear down to the Smith River, and its potential to go on into Roseburg. This all could have happened except for a weather change. It wasn't so much what the firefighters were doing, but the weather change that brought this about. I see another fire coming. And this next fire, when it comes, it's going to be hotter because all of the trees are dead instead of green. And it won't be just taking off the foliage of the trees, it'll be taking the trees themselves. And it'll be moving so fast that you're not going to be able to outrun it.